Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back in to mattsteinwede.com. Alright, so this one's about technology versus traditional. And I've been thinking about this a lot. You know, where does technology sit in listing presentations? This is what it's mainly about. So where does technology sit in helping you win the listing? You know, is it a major advantage? Is it not? Does it matter? They're the things that have been going through around my mind, and I've been really sort of thinking about, you know, do we sometimes give it more emphasis than we really need? You know, these iPad listing presentations and this type of stuff. You know, I believe that for sure technology helps us as real estate agents work with buyers, work with more people, manage contacts, all of that sort of stuff, definitely. But I've been thinking about the listing presentation, and there's a couple of things that I feel about this one. Excuse me. There's a couple of things. I reckon it's a bit dangerous, technology, because you can make the listing presentation be more about the iPad or be more about what's on here. And although there's some pretty cool tools and there's some great things that are available now that, you know, sure, can enhance your listing presentation, I really think it goes deeper than that. So there's a sequence to a listing presentation, obviously, but you could be not very prepared, have an iPad listing presentation. It doesn't really mean you're going to win the business because you've got some cool piece of technology. But, you know, have you nurtured the relationship prior to this? Have you got your pre-list kit out? I know I've touched on these sorts of things on different videos, but have you got your pre-list kit out? Is your pre-list kit pretty cool? Is it about them? Have you asked really great questions before you've gone there? Have you turned up on time? Are your shoes shiny? Are you well presented? Are you feeling great? You know, are you engaged in their home when you're getting to know it? Are you engaging with the people? Are you finding some common ground to work from? Are you building rapport rapidly? Are you taking control of the meeting? Do you have an agenda? Do you have a schedule? Do you have something that you're working through? It seems like you really understand the logical process of selling homes. Are you taking your time to engage on each part of the listing presentation to make sure you get an agreement before you move on to the next? You know, all of these things. And even at the end, do you have a logical, not necessarily a close, but a logical end to the listing presentation that might take it to a point where they feel comfortable in moving forward with you? And then what's your follow-up like? And then what's your database management like after that? So there's all these little segments that go into the listing presentation. So technology, can this heighten your chance of winning the business? 100%. It can heighten your chance of winning your business. But what I'm seeing today, and this might be a bit of a controversial topic to talk about, what I'm seeing is so much emphasis on iPad presentations and whatever, the latest programs to win business, which is fine, I'm sure it does to some degree, but I think nothing will replace the ability to connect with people in a listing presentation. This is where I think the basis of a listing presentation is. A great listing presentation is exactly that. It has a foundation of connection. So if you don't have an iPad listing presentation, don't even worry about it. Like, don't even get too caught up that, you know how many people I know that have iPad stuff and hardly use them? You know, and I'm talking real estate agents, quite a few. You know, there's this build up to get them, and then they don't even really use them that much. I really think, and it was really about listing, well, this sort of made me do this video from a property I listed yesterday. You know, I only used about 2 graphs and then listed it. I didn't know the people. I sent an email proposal off to them and talked to them once or twice. But, you know, I showed them a couple of graphs and basically said, you know, if you want to get started, they were ready to go. So this is what I mean about, it's the ability to read and connect with people, to understand what's important to this person right now and what's going to help them feel comfortable with me as an agent. So I reckon it's about engagement. It's the number one thing that technology can't exactly replace. It's the engagement between you and somebody else. it can help. It's also about solutions. So it's about providing people with a solution that will help them feel like you're the agent. You've got to be the solution-oriented agent that's going to really tap into where are these people at, what are their concerns, how are they feeling, what result would they like out of this, where are they at right now, where's their position and expectation now of what they'd like to see out of this property sale. And you want to be the solution agent. And the other thing I think it is about energy connection. So how your rhythm in a listing presentation, how confident you are, how much you take control and lead them through a logical process. I think those 3 steps are far more important than any piece of technology. I really do. You could go there just with a folder like, I think I'll still use this folder for many years. This one here, I have an iPad listing presentation, but I rarely use it. When I say I rarely use it, I think I use about 2 or 3 things on there regularly, and then that's it. I don't even use the rest. But I like to use this folder, because the folder, it's really visual and big, and it's just got good stuff in it, and it's like sits on their table, and it's easy to sort of direct them around, and it's visually pleasing. Whereas I find when you use the iPad also, you have it there, and you're sort of going, like holding it up or on a stand, whatever you've got it, and tapping things, and it's not as whatever it may be, like my app, for instance, whatever. If I was showing someone my app, like you're holding it there and showing them on the screen. I think this is great for functionality things, like I show them virtual floor plans and all this sort of thing on here, but then I swap back to this quite often in the listing presentation. I come back to the folder and then I scribble on pieces of paper. So I guess the conversation for today is, and what I'd like to see in the posts is, technology versus traditional. What's working for you? What do you feel about this? How do you feel about it? Is it more about what are the 3 things that I've said in a great listing presentation, or is it about one tool that's going to help you win all the business? I firmly believe it's a whole series of sequences that happen that help you win the business, not just a piece of technology. All right, that's pretty much for today. Always remember, people deal with people. That's why I think the more attuned you are to the person that you're dealing with, the higher chance you've got of winning the business. All right, question of the day. Question of the day today. Question of the day today. Well, let's make that the question of the day, actually. I had a different one. I don't know where. I should have wrote it down. But the question of the day is... No, we won't make that the question of the day, actually, because I was going to say technology versus traditional. I want you to talk about that anyway, if possible. Can you give us some comments on this one? But question of the day, do you think the iPad 2 is much better than the iPad 1? Love to hear about it. I don't have an iPad 2, I've only got an iPad 1, it seems perfectly fine to me, and I've had other people say iPad 2 is better, not, whatever. Let us know what you think about it. Love to hear about it, and as always, thanks for helping make this real estate world a much better place. See you on the next